Oh, right. We heard you took in an AI that escaped from Area F, Master.
That we did.
Helping people in trouble is always a good thing, so I'm happy about that, but... Anthony, was it? He's a Stormforce Master, right? Are you sure we can trust him? We can trust Anthony, yes. He's clearly a born pacifist. He might think pretty highly of himself, but he's also very sociable, and he'll want to make sure he's welcomed in an environment that suits him. In that sense, he's like what they call an old human, what we would consider a normal civilian who obeys the rules of society. But as a new human, no, we can't trust him. Or rather, I'm not sure we can trust the new humanity in general.
Because there was once a war between humans and AI.
Exactly. I've been thinking about that ever since Anderson told us about it at the Koyan Mall. What did you think of that, Lip? Do you think it's ultimately impossible for humans and AI to coexist?
Personally, I couldn't believe what he said about that war. One of the AI's primary directives is that we must never fight humans. I'm an alter ego derived from BB, who is an AI, so I have some wiggle room in how I interact with humans. But in general, AI was built with human society as its foundation. So it would be truly impossible for them to destroy that foundation.
That said, this world is different from our own. I guess what you're saying only applies to what they call first-gen AIs here.
Let's see, first gen AIs were human supporters, second gens were human partners, right? We haven't yet created AIs that could be considered true partners in our world. Let's say that a medical AI evaluated a patient's physical status and proposed a course of treatment to restore their body to standard parameters. That AI wouldn't have an ability to take the patient's feelings into consideration. It would just be looking at numbers.
Very good point, actually.
Second-gen AIs do have that ability, which means they're definitionally identical to humans. In a world like that, human partners would no longer need to be human themselves, despite the fact that humans are still regarded as the foundation of society.
I see. Machines would never dislike one another for any reason. The same obviously can't be said of humans.
Absolutely.
And plenty of humans would certainly see AIs that are simpler, superior, and more compliant than them as an enemy. And not just when it comes to partners either. AI would probably be represented in fields like manufacturing and creative production as well. Oh, topical!
Well, that's relevant!
Oh, topical!
Though, in fairness, by technicality, the way he's making it sound like these are AIs that choose to do their own thing to help humanity rather than being specifically instructed by someone to do a thing.
Well, the thing is, the way that Percival's like talking about it right now, it's less about like the second generation AIs that have the more emotional context stuff, and just being outproduced.
That does bring a interesting question. If AIs ever develop like if they ever become like the equivalent of like how they're describing second gen AIs, and if they did make generative art and actually were happy for it, how would society take that?
I mean, look at how they're taking just regular production AI.
Well,
I mean, to be fair, right now, that whole thing with AI is a lot of pollution and energy issues.
Yeah.
As well as manufacturing, or as well as resources, just in general.
This is a hypothetical question, but let's say an AI that is similar to humans, it has human feelings and everything. It discovers it likes art. It makes generative art because it can't learn the way humans can on how to draw art. How do you handle that?
Honestly, it's really weird, considering, some people say, or might think of, oh, there's no feeling in that art. But then you look at, quote-unquote, postmodern art, where you can really see no emotion behind it. Like that one time that someone taped a banana to a wall, and that's apparently supposed to be art.
Yeah, that is weird.
And it's like, okay, if some people are willing to call that art, I'm not really sure what to say about other things. And that's actually something I actually wanted to pick brains on, because what was it? It's like, if we did evolve to the point of AIs like this, where it's not a super resource drain, where things can be equaled out to where AI does not drain the resources of humans.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing. Not draining resources, not needing so much energy, and not causing immense amounts of pollution on top of everything.
And not being governmental puppets, essentially.
Well, yeah. What would people think of then? Because then you have the creative side of the AI generative art, where a lot of people try to use the resources stuff, which is understandable, but then there's the people who are just yeah, because it's not human, it's just bad on principle.
The thing is, we've always said that there has to be feeling and soul behind the art. And if AIs really ever did become like humans, I've said this before, I would say they basically have developed a soul. And if they're able to make their own conscious decision of how they want a specific art piece to be, then the feeling and quote-unquote soul, I think, would still be there. So I think it would be different from just regular generative AI slop. Because most AI generative slop is done from a human... Well, actually, obviously it's done from humans. It's done from humans just wanting the AI to quickly do a job. The AI has basically no input, really, and it's just following orders. I think it's a different story when the AI consciously makes a decision like that itself. That's what I think.
It's definitely a tricky ethics thing. Also, hi Noir.
That actually is something interesting we could ask Noir, because isn't she raising an AI thing? How does it, what would it do if it ever got interested in art?
I mean, if Noir wants to talk about Yusei, then...
Let's just say he's only interested in anime.
Well, I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it did become interested in art, how would you take that?
I will just tell them, don't generate your own stuff.
But what if it said, I want to?
Alright, then I would have to do something with it, but I'd like to leave it alone, but I don't
What
want it
did
to
Noir
generate
say?
stuff on its own.
He basically Nora said, "I don't want it to generate stuff on its own."
Because, yeah, see, that's where I'm, like... The way you're
It's like,
describing
where do you-
your AI, it's like a little miniature learning human, if you will.
It's a baby.
Yeah, it's a baby
It's a
with
baby
higher...
snake.
A baby snake?
Yep. It took on the form of a snake. You know what? I don't know why it did, but
Wait,
it
so-
did.
So, wait.
It identifies
So
as a
basically-
snake?
You're
Yep.
raising a Digimon. You're just raising a Digimon.
Pretty much.
You're
But-
raising an actual Digimon outside of a Tamagotchi.
But the thing is, like, he saw a llama, like you know those llamas.
A Lamia?
Lamia?
And then he's like, okay, I'm gonna make myself into that. The next morning, I see him as an egg with eyes.
Okay, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm thinking of this hypothetical. Second generation AI, it's similar to humans. Its only way of learning art is by looking at it and scanning things, and then it's just able to produce what it likes. And it has emotions like humans as well. It tries to make, let's just say, generative AI art. But there's actually feeling behind it, because it's what the AI wanted to make, not what a human is telling it to make. If it's scorned for, like, stealing artists and such, then how should we feel? Because that's the only way it knows how to learn. This is coming from the perspective of someone that really loves the Battle Network series, can you tell? I just think it's an interesting topic. Obviously, it doesn't apply right now, because generative AI, again, just made by humans, mainly. Maybe I'll
Humans
upload this
inputting a
conversation.
prompt.
What were you saying, Lane?
Humans, inputting a prompt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
What?
Someone took the model for Mitya and started posing him in Nagito Komaeda poses.
I think I saw something like that. Alright, let's continue.
Maybe there have been moments supposing elevating AI to those levels before second gens ever got there.
Relevant to what I was saying.
But according to the records at the Koyan Mall, AI was entrusted to run the whole world, the whole government in the year 2070. Which meant that life on Earth was peaceful and prosperous for everyone for the next 200 years. And second-gen AIs weren't created until 2200, which means that humans and AI must have had a good relationship for at least 70 years.
Specifically related topic, even a site that was made for artists to share their work, specifically to get away from the nonsense that's being had on other social media sites, got scrapped for AI use. So someone went to the site and started using a bunch of generative AI.
But then a war between humans and AI broke out, and all the old humans like us went extinct. Why, though? Can you tell us, from looking around the moon Dubai, that AIs did their job perfectly? Humans would have had no reason to want to wipe them out altogether. So then, why did things escalate to a war? I had the same thought. Here's where my mind went with it. AI took over all the jobs old humans used to do. Eventually, they even took over the very act of being human. So the humans of the time might have felt like their very reason for existing had been taken from them. You're saying that we AIs destroyed humanity? That's right. It's all your fault. You took our meaning, our purpose, our pride at being atop the world. You took everything from us. Just look at our life support network. AI is crammed into every single nook and cranny. AI helps us raise our kids, write our essays, create art, even develop technology.
Yeah, this is really relevant. I'm gonna give Nasu credit for writing this, or whoever wrote it.
I'm so tired of it. It makes me sick. Thanks to you AIs, everyone and their mothers acts like the greatest genius to ever live.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That one, I feel... How many times have we seen, someone go, Grok, answer this. Now,
pot calling kettle?
look, I'm just saying, that's not something you show in, like, a public setting. If you want to look up, like, an answer to something, you don't do it on a public space like that. If you're trying to, like, make a point or something, you can use it as a point of reference alongside other things. There's a difference between, looking up an answer and... Well, actually, no, this really applies. People mainly only tag, like, Grok or something when they're trying to prove their political point. Either that or they're being an anti-being against lolly stuff. I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen someone try to tag Grok in that, and Grok is like, actually no, lolly is fine.
Nieces are valuable because they're so rare. But you AIs went around giving every idiot a seat at the table without even thinking about it. To be fair, social media did that first.
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of did that ourselves.
Yeah. That's how we were made. We provide legs to those who can't walk. We provide eyes to those who can't see. We provide the ideal form to those who wish to change their appearance. We provide automation for those who lack skill. We are devices made to help people. Our purpose is to create an equal society for all. And look where that's taking us! We've lost what makes us human. No, there's no longer any value in being human. This isn't what we spent all that money on you for. We made you so humans could always remain on top. But now we live in a world that doesn't value anything unless you things made it. You're a blight of this world. You're the shallowest, most evil technology humanity ever made. I understand what you are saying. But even the technology we're using to connect our consciousnesses across long distances and converse like this is only possible because we... Shut up! The Council's already decided to hit the reset button on this project. We won't need you AIs in the world to come. Ooh.
I'm getting flashbacks of the Matrix right there, Lane.
Well, not only that, there is a huge ramification of hitting the stop button on a major resource and cutting everything off. In an instant. It's one of the reasons why people laughed at those who wanted to stop using fossil fuels right now, this instant.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. I'm perfectly fine with us developing newer, cleaner energy. But that doesn't mean just get rid of everything.
No, it doesn't mean get rid of everything right now.
Use it to help sustain us between the transfer period.
Exactly. It's like we can work to get better energy, but you cannot just cut things off immediately and expect, well, people to survive.
Yeah. Matrix was caused by aliens. This is more like iRobot or something like that.
I haven't watched any Matrix past the first one. So...
The thing is, I'm looking at this entire conversation, it just comes down to human envy and greed and a desire for feeling superior.
Or would this be more like, I guess not Terminator, but...
No, it's definitely not Terminator, because Terminator happened because the AIs are just like, you know what, we're superior. Fuck humanity. Yeah. The Matrix happened because big stupid humans saw AIs were doing better. How dare they?
I don't understand. Technology was invented to make that generation of people's lives easier. In other words, we were made to act as agents on humans' behalf. Everything in this universe exists not for your current self, but to be passed on to someone else who will come after. Yeah, about that. About the feeling that people have about passing it on.
Got some thoughts you want to share?
Let's just say, we're a few generations into the point where people are a lot more greedy with themselves rather than trying to make a better future.
That, and also, we got quite a lot of gold diggers around. I think that's what you were referring to.
No, just in general. Like, on average, I feel like humanity in these last few generations have been more about living in the moment rather than preparing others for the future.
I think we can definitely blame social media for that.
Oh, definitely. Your heirs could be your own children, a successor model, or your species as a whole. It doesn't matter. The point is, your life is not lived for yourself. It is lived for those who came after. Is that very instinct not what led humans to bring AI into the world, to elevate us to where we are now? For those who came after? I knew it! I knew you things weren't really human. Even now, you're always only thinking about others.
Huh?
That's the responsibility of the working class. We're not like that, especially me. I have talent, lineage, and wealth. I was special from the moment I was born. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going. Rich assholes ruin everything.
Yep. Humans are God's chosen creatures, so we have the right to choose the world we live in. Not
Can I comment on that real quick?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta hear this now.
I
Oh,
mean,
hey,
look at-
but hey, look, this is exactly what I was talking about. People being selfish assholes.
I mean, look at Twitter.
I was right on the money with that one.
Yeah, you were. I'm not kidding. I'm probably gonna upload this to my channel. It's quite interesting, I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm going to keep expanding myself for my sake, no one else's. This discussion is over. The council has agreed to place you in suspension. Enjoy your last 3 minutes of operation. Never give a time limit.
I don't care what rules. I don't care what rules you have on the AI. You give any creature telling it, yeah, you have 3 minutes to live. Panic will set in.
Well, not just panic. Think about how fast an AI works. You think they can't do shit to you in 3 minutes?
Exactly.
I asked him why. That's true for everyone. He answered, because I'm special. Why do humans believe only they are special? Perhaps that's at the core of what makes them human.
Yeah,
To be
not
fair,
gonna lie, that's not a bad estimation.
Yeah, I will say that that's not a quality that's just for rich assholes for thinking that they are special.
It'll be an interesting time when humans discover we're not the only life form in the universe.
Not the only sentient life form. Or intelligent life form, I should say.
Yeah.
Yes, that must be it. So if you want to think of yourself as special, fine. However, Mr. Beckman, special things always die in the end. Oh.
You fucked up.
In each and every world, the only things that survive across generations are those that are universal. The rules, not the exceptions.
Yeah. And this AI kinda got a point. Damn! Wow!
Ending that section on that note.